I am sick. I don't know what I ate last night, but for some reason all night it's been coming up. Today, woo! Your boy feeling it this morning. But guess what? I got no choice. I got to keep on moving forward. Out of nowhere, this show might just stop, y'all. I got to be honest with you. Something green. Don't know what it is, but I got to keep it moving no matter what. So let's go. Right? We're going to keep it moving. We're going to do what we can. Because I promised I was going to do what I could to make sure nothing holds this show back. So what am I going to do? I'm going to keep on moving forward. Got the audio up. Know I'm looking crazy. Got the mics in. Going to try to do our best this morning, you guys. If I got to step away, I'm going to step away. Woo! But I got no choice but to keep moving. All right, where we at with it? All right. Over here. Hold me down, y'all. Hold me down. Woo! I don't know what they fed me. But yeah, green. What was that about? Hope everybody good. Casey, I see you, Mark. Cat, Dad, Liberty. It's like everybody in the building on a Saturday as soon as I'm feeling bad. But we going to go for it, y'all. We going to go for it. What we got? I'm ready to go. They ready to go. It's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And with that being said, I think they're ready. Let's go. Little, I'm trying, y'all. It's not the norm, but it's about to happen no matter what. Are you ready? And you guys see I'm trying. You guys see I'm trying. I am trying. Woo! Y'all ready? Y'all know what it is. I gotta do this, Yeah, tap my wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. I forgot the other part. I know. Woo! I don't love her. I'm trying to tell myself, but you can see it in my eyes. Truth and love. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? And if it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Makes me feel so bad inside. If it isn't love. Y'all know why I'm feeling like this morning, right? Because it's if pump that beat. Saturday, September. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. I am not. I don't know what happened. Liberty and Justice, what's good? How you doing? We got Casey up in the building. We got Luigi up in the building. Everybody, hope y'all having a fantastic morning this morning. I am not. It's Saturday. If I have to, yeah. Woo! You know what I'm going to do? Let's get into this title. What we got right here? We got Trump. We have the Charlie Kirk suspect in custody. Yes, they got him in custody. His name is Tyler Robinson. They got him in custody, found out who the guy was. They've been tracking him like crazy. And guess what? We got the information here. Let's keep on moving. What else do we have? We got email proof in the Epstein files show Maxwell and Epstein were closer than they admit. Last but not least, what do we have here? We got the whistleblower that says Meta covered up evidence of harm to our little ones. That's the show, you guys. Let's get into it. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to try to at least get you the top of the stuff before we keep on going. Let's get into these clips right here. We're going to do this show totally different today. We're going to start off this morning with our president. Got some breaking announcements on the Charlie Kirk suspect. Is basically in custody.
Did the father?
Let's go, y'all.
And when you look at it, what happened is somebody, and this happened. This close recognizes even a little tilt of the head, which nobody else would do. And somebody that was very close to him said, that's him. And essentially went to the father, went to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic, by the way. And the person was involved with law enforcement, but was a person of faith, a minister. And brought him to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic. And the father convinced the son, this is it. And again, I'm always subject to be corrected, but I'm just giving you, based on what I'm hearing, they'll give you a much more active. I just heard about it 5 minutes before I walked in. As I'm walking in, they said, looking real good. They have the person that they wanted. So you have breaking news, don't you? Huh?
Thank you.
You always have breaking news, Ainsley.
Right.
Sean's going to be very disappointed that we're not doing it on his show.
He'll be very thankful and appreciative of the
I think
police
so.
officers that got this
I
guy.
think they did a great job. Everybody worked together. Pam Bondi is incredible, by the way. People don't know what a star she is. She's incredible. And it all worked out.
Could I ask you just some clarification? So a pastor was able to turn him in, or they got the family of the shooter to turn them in?
Well, it was a minister, and the minister went to a minister who was involved with law enforcement, by the way. And his good friend is a top U.S. Marshal. And they took it from there. And then it was a father got involved, namely his father, and said, we got to go in. And so I understand it. And again, subject to change. But, the facts are the facts. We have the person that we think is the person we're looking for. But they drove into the police headquarters, and he's there now.
Did the father know about what the son had done?
I don't know. I'm going to let you get all those questions later, because I can't tell you how accurate. The bottom line is they have somebody that they think did it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
That's right, y'all. Y'all heard straight up from the president. He's the one that basically was the first one that announced it. And then we got some more follow-up from the governor of Utah that basically came up and broke more information. Let's go.
Robinson had confessed to them or implied that.
Okay, so we know you're going to watch this demo at double speed. All software engineers do. Buckle up. We're keeping it quick. Here.
That he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th, in which he is observed on video in a plain maroon t-shirt, light-colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light-colored shoes. When encountered in person by investigators in Washington County on September 12th, in the early morning hours, Robinson was observed in consistent clothing with those surveillance images. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with an emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact Tyler also mentioned that he had changed outfits. I know there has been speculation as well as to the writing on those casings, those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well. And I will share that with you now. So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this?" ? Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" ! Catch! Up arrow symbol, right arrow and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." We are indebted to law enforcement across the state who has worked seamlessly together, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and our federal partners with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We're grateful for everyone who worked together in such a short amount of time to find this person and to bring justice. I want to thank the public who has been so engaged.
A little more information on who this person is. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's get into it. We gonna push. We gonna push. Let's go. Let's go.
Accused assassin posing with a .50 caliber machine gun. The chilling photo was taken at a military recruiting event. Tyler Robinson also posed with an anti-tank missile launcher. Here's what we've learned about the 22-year-old suspect accused of the political assassination that is shocking America.
Tyler Robinson.
He graduated from Pineview High School in Washington, Utah in 2021. Graduation photos with his proud mom, Amber, show him with a lei made from dollar bills as a graduation gift. Whip smart, his ACT score is 34, the top 1%, and he had a 4.0 grade point average. His mom took video the moment he learned he had earned a scholarship.
Congratulations, you have been selected to receive the Resident Presidential Scholarship from Utah State University.
But the family's joy was short-lived. He attended Utah State University for just 1 semester before dropping out. I spoke with criminologist Casey Jordan.
He really just does fit the profile of somebody who falls into a rabbit hole, has a feeling of disillusionment, and isolation. This kind of person is usually very immature and often at a crux in their life where they feel like nothing is turning out as they planned.
The Robinsons seem like an all-American family. Tyler was raised in this $600,000 six-bedroom home with hunting trophies on the walls. Social media posts show family vacations and fishing trips. His mom works with disabled people, and his father, Mark, owns a kitchen countertop business. But Utah's governor says Tyler Robinson's life took a dark turn.
Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years.
He said that at a family dinner before the shooting, Robinson vented about the visit of Charlie Kirk to Utah Valley University.
They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
Investigators also revealed that Kirk's assassin left behind bullet casings with political messages. One says, "Hey fascists, catch." Another says, "Bella Chow Chow Chow," a song used in the video game Far Cry 6, and which radical elements have adopted as an anti-fascist anthem.
Bella Chow Chow Chow.
There was also a reference on the bullets to a violent video game, Helldivers 2. The chilling engravings on bullet casings are invoking comparisons with Luigi Mangione, who prosecutors say scrawled messages on the bullets used to kill United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Like Luigi, Tyler Robinson is young and intelligent and had so much going for him before allegedly lashing out with a mindless act of violence.
Something in his life was on a downward spiral, and he picked Charlie Kirk as the target for this hatred, this vitriol.
That's right, you guys. Y'all see? Keep on moving forward. What we got? Terrible situation. Try to get you guys as much information on who this guy was, because there is a backstory with him. Let's get on over to Trump in Washington, because Trump's talking about Russia as well as what's going on in China. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep on getting it. Appreciate you guys holding me down this morning. My stomach is on a whole nother level right now. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Wait a minute. I think
As an architect, a lot of my presentations are driven by what we see, not necessarily by what you hear. I was looking for
trillions of dollars. And by the way, all these countries signed agreements. As an example, they're all happy. Everybody's happy. But some whack job put in a lawsuit. It went before a very liberal court, and the liberal court ruled, it was 11, they ruled 7-4, with one of the most liberal of them all voting in our favor because they're patriots. I think I give tremendous credit to that judge. And now it's going to the Supreme Court. Now we're going to be asking for early admittance. We're going tomorrow, and we're going to ask for an expedited ruling because, when you look at the stock market's down today, the stock market's down because of that, because the stock market needs the tariffs. They want the tariffs. If you look at AI, all of those, all of that money that's going to be invested, trillions and trillions of dollars, the biggest thing, bigger than the internet, I suspect. It's the internet plus 3 or 4 other things combined. We are leading very substantially with AI. We're leading because of tariffs. We're leading because of talent, and this is where they'd like to be. But without the tariffs, we wouldn't have a chance because we wouldn't be able to protect those investments of the companies coming in. So if you took away tariffs, we could end up being a third world country. That's how big the ruling. So we're asking for an expedited ruling.
As a backstop to that president, you have a Republican-controlled Congress. You control the House. You control the Senate.
Yeah, but we don't have 60 votes. We don't have 60 votes. I'd love to do that. Oh, if we had 60 senators, if we got the 60 votes, we would get them. But we need 60 votes, and we need a certain number in the House. I think we'd get. I don't know. We have about 5 of them here. Would everybody agree with me on tariffs? Without tariffs, we're a different country. We have taken in so much money, and here's the thing. We signed a deal with Japan. They're paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. We signed a deal with South Korea. We signed a deal with the European Union. We signed a deal with Europe. And those countries are paying us $950 billion, and they're happy about it. They're okay. As one of them said, it's amazing that we got away with it so long. one of my friends, a leader of one of the countries, and they're fine with it. They all signed.
Speaking of Brazil, the Brazilian president just got sentenced, the ex-president just got sentenced to 27 years for trying to stage a coup.
I just want to bring you some breaking news coming to us from Brazil now. Former President Jair Bolsonaro has been sentenced to more than 27 years in prison. The Supreme Court there has convicted him of plotting a coup to remain in power after losing the election in 2022. Let's go straight to our Latin American editor, Lucia Newman, who is live for us in Brasilia. How significant is this sentence?
It's extremely significant and also a surprise. It wasn't expected to be delivered until tomorrow. The last of the 5 court justices gave his guilty verdict about 20 minutes ago, and then he and the remaining 4 had to calculate what the sentence would be. One of the judges had asked for more than 40 years in prison. One only of the 5 had asked for the former president to be acquitted, but in the end, they agreed on 27 years and 3 months of imprisonment. Now, we have to keep very much in mind that this may or may not happen immediately. That hasn't yet been discussed. The lawyers, or rather Bolsonaro's lawyers and that of the other 7 co-defendants still have some wiggle room here, so it could take a while. And apart from that, the supporters of Bolsonaro in Congress are already submitting an amnesty law, hopefully to get Bolsonaro off the hook so he won't have to go to prison at all. Maybe house arrest, maybe no jail time at all. That's still happening as I speak. It hasn't happened yet. So whether or not he will actually spend any time in prison or not can't be confirmed at this point. But what we can say is that he has a very, very long sentence that has just been confirmed by the 5 members of the Supreme Court who were in charge of this trial.
Okay, many thanks for that. Our Latin American editor, Lucia Newman, there for us in Brasilia with that breaking news that a panel of Brazil's Supreme Court has now sentenced former President Jair Bolsonaro to 27 years and 3 months in prison for plotting a coup to remain in power after losing the election in 2022.
Sadly, that's what we call a D sentence. When you're over the age of 60, 70 years old, can't expect that man to live but so much longer, you guys. Let's keep on moving. Let's keep on moving. What do we got now? Let's get on over to Poland, because we got the prime minister that rejected President Trump's claim that says Russian drones incidents was intentional. They're saying that it was intentional. When they're trying to say that Trump is basically saying it was not intentional, and Poland is saying it was intentional. Let's get into it, you guys. Hold me down. Thank you.
We're back now with our world lead. Polish officials today contradicting President Trump, who...
This game, you're not ready for.
Essentially gave Russia an out for violating Polish airspace.
Could have been a mistake. Could have been a mistake. But regardless, I'm not happy about anything having to do with that whole situation.
Today, the Polish prime minister wrote on X, quote, "We would also wish that the drone attack on Poland was a mistake, but it wasn't, and we know it." Poland says Russia launched as many as 21 drones, forcing NATO countries to scramble fighter jets and shoot them down. Others crashed in eastern Poland. Joining us now, Kim Dozier, a CNN Global Affairs analyst. The Poles say they know it. I mean, it sounds like this is not just conjecture or assumption on their part.
A lot of the drones that were shot down were Gerbera drones. They do have an onboard guidance system, so it's possible that the Poles have technically extracted the flight plan from the drones. Even so, though, you could just look at the numbers. Right. 1 or 2 incursions, maybe that's a mistake. But when you've got more than a dozen drones flying into Polish airspace, just ahead of Belarus and Russia launching these huge military exercises, it looks like they're probing Polish defenses, and Polish air defenses weren't so great.
And possibly probing not just the air defenses, right, but also NATO's reaction or willingness to react, and I imagine crucially, President Trump's willingness to respond.
And President Trump's first reaction was, oh, they probably didn't mean it.
Right.
Which is the same sort of pass that Ukrainian officials feel he's given Putin time and time again when it comes to saying he'll be willing to move ahead with peace talks and then coming up with a million excuses not to, while stepping up attacks against Ukraine on the ground.
So let me play.
Let's get into Bolton right now. We got some follow-up information on the warrants that were served on John Bolton's home. And let's get into that right now. Is that what we got? Nope. Let me see. Hold on. Feeling a little better. Let's go.
There's also news out of Washington. The affidavit for the search warrant into John Bolton's home has just been released. A lot of it is pretty heavily redacted. I mean, just pages of redactions like this. Ken, I know it just came out, so I imagine that you don't have much of a handle on the full text of it, but what can you tell us in these preliminary moments?
No, I do have some context on this, Katie,
Great.
and in part because the New York Times has reported something significant that I've confirmed. There's a whole section of that affidavit, I think it's the most important section, that's blacked out under the heading hack of John Bolton's AOL account by a foreign government. What I understand from two sources and what the New York Times has reported is that the United States government obtained John Bolton's emails, some of those emails, from an adversarial foreign government, unnamed, and in that dump contained evidence that led to some concerns about his handling of classified information. And this happened during the Biden administration, Katie. The Biden Justice Department reviewed this. They opted not to bring charges. They didn't conduct a search. In part, I'm told there were concerns about the sensitivity of how they acquired that information. And that, in fact, it's quite damaging that the public has been told that they acquired these emails from that foreign government, because that foreign government now knows that the United States had access to their systems. But nonetheless, it's out, and we're reporting it. Again, it's blacked out in the affidavit, but and we don't know what the evidence is, but it was enough to convince two separate federal judges that there was probable cause to believe a crime had been committed and that the evidence was in John Bolton's home. And so the FBI has carried out those searches. We haven't heard anything since about potential charges or whether they uncovered significant evidence, but that's sort of where that stands.
So just to be clear, we've hacked into a foreign government, which was hacking into John Bolton?
Wow.
Is that
Absolutely. You got it perfectly there.
And they
That's
found
right.
out.
Okay.
They found out because of that.
Ken Delanian, thank you very much.
So we're going to keep on moving forward, you guys. Feeling a little bit better. Got to get on to a little bit of information with Mayor Adams here, because Adams is considering the possibility of not running again for mayor. He's considering stepping out so that the possibility of Cuomo can step up and win.
Well, good morning to you, Vanessa and Craig. As the race enters its final weeks, the question of Mayor Adams' re-election bid has been a big one. Now, the New York Times says the mayor might consider dropping out of the race if he feels it's what's best for New York City. Let's take a look at the latest poll numbers, the latest ones coming from a CNN New York Times poll showing us that if Mayor Adams and Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa were both to drop out, former Governor Andrew Cuomo could beat Zohran Mamdani. That poll shows Mamdani with a 46% increase from likely voters, a 22-point advantage over Cuomo, followed by Sliwa at 15% and Eric Adams at 9%. If the election were to become a two-way race, the former governor might be able to close that gap and win. Publicly, Mayor Adams has said again and again he's not going anywhere, even drawing attention from President Donald Trump. Last week, Adams forcefully denied rumors that he would leave the race if he was offered a job within the Trump administration. That's after the New York Times and Politico reported that Adams might be offered a position in the U.S. Department of Housing or Urban Development, or HUD as it's called, in exchange for dropping out of the mayor's race.
I've never asked for a job with HUD. I've never been promised a job with HUD. I have not communicated with the president.
And back out here live, we know candidate Curtis Sliwa has also said time and again that he's not going anywhere. He's not dropping out of the race. Well, we have a long way to go before November 4th. It is coming up, but in these last few weeks, anything could happen. That is the latest from City Hall this morning. I'm Julie Millay, Pix 11 News.
All right, you guys, that was my 5. What y'all got for me in these comments? Yes, I'm not feeling too good, thugging it out and doing what I got to do, but I'm still here. What we got? We got Bert that says, it's all right, man. You don't like Jesus, just say roll. Okay, whatever. Saying, okay, what else we got? We got, yeah, Bert, you getting up out of here now. You leaving now. I ain't even gonna wait on you. I don't even feel good, but I'm making sure that you got to go. I don't know what bed side of the bed you got up on this morning, but you ain't gonna be staying up in here. Let's go. We got to get on over to Chicago now because the leaders are reacting after Trump says the National Guard decided not to come to Chicago. This actually is a bad thing to me because it makes me feel like those thugs and the hooligans feel like they won. So let's keep going, you guys. Let's go.
Troll and Tanya, that's right. We're hearing from people on both sides of the aisle after President Trump said earlier this morning that the National Guard is not coming to Chicago.
We're going to Memphis. Memphis is
that's the next city.
Deeply troubled. And the mayor is happy. He's a Democrat mayor. The mayor is happy. And the governor, Tennessee, the governor is happy. Deeply troubled. We're going to fix that just like we did Washington. I would have preferred going to Chicago. Every weekend, they're losing many people. It's out of control.
The president made the announcement about sending the Guard to Memphis live on Fox News. Trump had previously entertained the idea of sending the National Guard to Chicago amidst the planned surge in ICE operations in the city, along with recent summer gun violence. This morning, Trump said he had, quote, preferred to send the Guard to Chicago and added that he could, quote, fix Chicago. We spoke with 15th Ward Alderman Ray Lopez, who was a supporter of the Guard being deployed to the city. He says having the Guard in Chicago would have allowed Chicago police officers to better focus on patrolling city streets.
I'm disappointed because that means the citizens of Chicago are going to lose. The victims of Chicago are going to be forgotten. And the criminals of Chicago are going to think that they now have scared the president from coming here to help put things back into place. And yet there's a fringe group in the city who says, we don't want a militarized zone. Wake up, people, because you're already in a war zone.
We reached out to Governor J.B. Pritzker's office after the news broke this morning. The governor posted on X, writing, quote, it's disturbing that the president is hell-bent on sending troops onto America's streets. Using those who serve in uniform as political props is insulting. None of this is normal. Now, we've also reached out to Mayor Brandon Johnson's office for comment, but we have not heard back yet. It's not clear right now when the National Guard could be sent to Memphis, nor just how large of a force he plans to deploy. The president also told Fox News this morning that he would also send, quote, the military if necessary, too.
All right, let's go.
Troll and Tanya, that's right.
Because now we got to get on to some excitement. Anybody see this Texans game yesterday where the Texans were playing? And so it was more going on in the stands than it was going on in the field. Check this out, you guys. I don't condone violence at all. I hate to see women fighting especially. Watch this. It's pretty graphic. No kids, please.
The goddamn baby. Sit down! Hey! Yeah! Oh, she's bloody! Oh!
First of all, I'm scared of heights. So ain't no way in the world. I'm scared of heights. So ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be up that high trying to fight nobody.
It wasn't like this.
Now watch her face. Look at her face.
Yeah! Whoa!
Disgusting.
Hey, cop!
Disgusting.
Hey, get her up here!
Let's get on over to Washington, y'all. Y'all know what I gotta bring y'all up on. Gotta take you guys up onto some Jeffrey Epstein information. Some new information from what we got here. New information. They really trying to get this Pam Bondi thing up. I know, I'm gonna give it to you. What is this? Let me see something. Okay, I'm gonna get it to you soon, because they really trying to get that up there.
Most damaging.
This isn't really shopping.
That's a yes.
I mean, discovering more of what we love for less just feels like something else, right?
The quality's amazing.
This isn't shopping. This is beyond shopping.
I have a new obsession.
This is finding.
Whatever.
Allegations, and there are 2 of them. But the fact that they are having that conversation in 20 trial. So Ghislaine Maxwell didn't testify in her own defense at her criminal trial, but she did give civil depositions. She was incredibly evasive, and when she wasn't evasive, she outright denied any of the conduct that is at issue here. But as you referenced, she was charged with 2 counts of perjury by the Southern District of New York. They didn't ultimately try her on those counts because they obtained convictions on the sex trafficking charges, and those convictions they believed were sufficient to put Ghislaine Maxwell away for a long time. That, of course, is now somewhat in doubt because she's obtained that transfer to a lower security facility and because the president continues to dangle the possibility of a pardon to Ghislaine Maxwell. But if you listen to victims and their lawyers, if you listen to prosecutors, Ghislaine Maxwell's credibility has long been in doubt. And she has, in turn, tried to ruin the credibility of others. Simone, you and I were talking before we began, and I said that the Bloomberg reporting didn't much surprise me because although these were several thousand emails from a Yahoo account owned by Jeffrey Epstein, we have seen emails between the 2 of them in civil litigation, emails that have been unsealed. And one of them that has stuck with me that I have a picture of in my phone because it bothered me so much was Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein talking about Virginia Giuffre. She is perhaps the most famous victim and unfortunately died by suicide earlier this year. In 2015, I just want to pause there because that is a decade plus after Ghislaine Maxwell is telling Todd Blanche her work for Jeffrey Epstein has mostly wrapped up. This is the conversation that they have from Epstein to Maxwell. You can issue a reward to any of Virginia's friends, acquaintances, family that come forward and help prove her allegations are false. And then he continues to detail what he thinks are her strongest or most damaging allegations, and there are 2 of them. But the fact that they are having that conversation in 2015 as Ghislaine Maxwell is involved in a defamation lawsuit against Virginia Giuffre, Jeffrey Epstein behind the scenes, still at that point uncharged by the Southern District of New York, telling Ghislaine Maxwell secretly, you can pay money to people who say that Virginia is lying. That's heinous. And so I'm not surprised by today's reporting. We should congratulate our friends at Bloomberg on that reporting coup. 18,000 emails is nothing to sneeze at.
And we got even more on the emails and what came out with that. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Ooh, Pam Bondi working on getting up there today, boy. Go.
Newly uncovered emails are shedding more light on Jeffrey Epstein's relationship with his convicted accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. NBC's Hallie Jackson has details.
New insight into the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell from a trove of purported emails, more than 18,000 published by Bloomberg News, which suggests Maxwell and Epstein were closer in many respects than either publicly admitted. In her July interview with the Deputy Attorney General, Maxwell, Epstein's convicted co-conspirator, recounts asking Epstein about the initial investigation into him.
He said, not to worry. He didn't say, he didn't share. I wasn't part of it at all.
The Bloomberg report suggests she counseled Epstein after that. At one point, he asked her advice on what charge to negotiate in his 2008 plea agreement. I suppose lewd and lascivious conduct, she responded. NBC News has not independently obtained or verified the emails. Bloomberg says they were authenticated using cryptographic and metadata analysis and corroboration with external sources. The outlet says one email included a detailed spreadsheet of 2,000 gifts and payments, like quote, lingerie and chocolates, some for teenage girls who later lodged sexual abuse complaints. Except for 3 minor instances, Bloomberg says the emails do not otherwise mention President Trump, who has said his relationship with Epstein ended in the early 2000s. The White House calling it, in part, stupid fake news. Maxwell's attorney has not responded to NBC's request for comment. And for the first time, revelations Maxwell and Epstein were going through a fertility treatment together, according to Bloomberg, years after she said they broke up. In 2005, Bloomberg says Maxwell emailed Epstein detailed instructions on a sperm donation, adding, "You can do the sample at home."
All right, NBC's
So he
Hallie
wasn't that
Jackson with that
close, huh?
report, joining us now. One of the
Thought y'all wasn't that close. Y'all trying to have kids and babies together, covering everything up? Yeah. We ain't stupid over here. What y'all got for me in these comments over here? Liberty and justice. She is a known liar. We gonna take Tyler, and make them watch Charlie Kirk and debates over and over. God is what? So the world is. I love it. You about to get up out of here. And we got liberty and justice that's 100 and love. Keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got more newly public emails revealed. What? No. We got this major cover-up, evidence of child harm that the whistleblowers say. This here has to do with Facebook and them not giving out information that should have been given out. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep on going.
And we're learning some new details.
Matter of fact, no, it's not. Newly public emails reveal Epstein and Maxwell were closer, and they got more in-depth information here.
About the partnership between Jeffrey Epstein and his convicted accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. Bloomberg News obtained more than 18,000 emails from the deceased sex offender's personal Yahoo account, showing that Epstein and Maxwell were closer than either publicly admitted. The emails reveal several details that have not been previously reported, including Maxwell opening at least one foreign bank account using one of Epstein's addresses. She was a named director on one of Epstein's main revenue-generating companies, and she traded stock in a company they were both invested in. The two also corresponded about discrediting women who raised allegations against them. That includes one exchange where Maxwell said she planned to share compromising information about one of Epstein's sexual abuse victims. Additionally, the emails contain a spreadsheet itemizing nearly 2,000 gifts, luxury items, and payments totaling $1.8 million, with notations indicating they were intended for Epstein's friends, business associates, and victims. Bloomberg News notes that except for 3 minor instances, these emails do not mention Donald Trump. Trump has said his friendship with Epstein ended before Epstein was charged with sex crimes. And it's important to note the emails have not been independently verified by NBC News. In response to Bloomberg's reporting, the White House issued a statement reading in part, quote, "This is just more stupid fake news playing into the hands of the Democrat hoax trying to link President Trump and Epstein." I want to bring in now former Republican Congressman Charlie Dent of Pennsylvania, and with me here on set, Democratic strategist Christina Reynolds. Thank you both for being here. It has been a busy, pretty heavy.
Nope, we got to keep on moving forward. We appreciate that information, but y'all know how we do. Commentary, cool, but y'all know we got to keep on moving because now we got to get over to, now we're going to see if we can get into that meta information. You guys can't get too animated today. I'm lucky I'm able to do what I'm doing right now and getting you guys this info. And boy, do I appreciate you.
I think he needs one too. What do you think? All right. You guys ready to fight some crime?
Yes.
Okay, well, you go get him, all right?
At Walgreens, every flu shot is where health meets care. Walgreens.
We turn now to new concerns about protecting children online. A new set of whistleblowers now coming forward.
The metaverse has become the Wild West for criminals who prey on our children.
This morning, new claims that Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, is suppressing concerns about child safety. 2 former Meta employees testified before a Senate committee, saying they uncovered evidence that children using the company's virtual reality products were being exploited. But they say what happened next was even more disturbing.
When our research uncovered that underage children using MetaVR in Germany were subject to demands for sex acts, nude photos, and other acts that no child should ever be exposed to, Meta demanded that we erase any evidence of such dangers that we saw.
The former employees are part of a whistleblower complaint claiming Meta displays a jarring disinterest and unwillingness to improve its platform to avoid known harm, claiming the company deletes or alters research and ignores the prevalence of underage users, all in the name of profit.
Meta is aware that its VR platform is full of underage children. Meta purposely turns a blind eye to this knowledge, despite it being obvious to anyone using their products.
Meta dismisses the accusations as nonsense, saying the claims are based on selectively leaked internal documents that were picked specifically to craft a false narrative. Last year at this hearing on Capitol Hill, CEO Mark Zuckerberg turned around to apologize to parents of children harmed by social media. But he has touted the company's investments in child safety tools and parental supervision features.
Senators are renewing calls to pass the Kids Online Safety Act, which would mandate more parental controls and privacy protections for minors. The bill did pass the Senate last year, but was blocked in the House.
Now,
Dr.
we got some new information on the person that attempted to take out the President Trump. And we've got a follow-up on that. Let's go, you guys. We got follow-up.
At the president's Florida golf course, Ruth is representing himself at trial. CNN's Randy Kay has been in court all day. Randy, what's the latest? How is this going?
Brianna, it's been a really interesting day in court. It started off pretty well for Ryan Ruth. He seemed to be in good spirits. He was taking notes. He was using a highlighter during some of the opening arguments and testimony, but it got off the rails for him during his opening statements. That's when he said to the jury, "Thanks for being here. I'm sorry to disrupt your lives." And then he launched into a rant about genocide, about Putin, Netanyahu, and Hitler. Also started crying at one point, and the judge eventually, after just less than 5 minutes, actually cut him off and said, "I have limited patience. Don't make a mockery of this courtroom." She said that he had relinquished his right to conclude his opening statement. So that was the end of that. But the prosecution had a more traditional opening statement telling us about the several aliases that Ryan Ruth had allegedly used, also the 17 trips that he allegedly had made to Trump's golf club before this incident. He also showed a handwritten list that he said that Ryan Ruth had made. It was called a gear list, which included diapers, because he was going to be there for about 10 hours, laying in wait, allegedly, and also a note to himself to wear bug spray. There were two witnesses so far today, Brianna. One was a Secret Service agent who had allegedly spotted Ruth along the fence line there at the golf club. He described being 5 feet away from Ryan Ruth and saying to him, "Hey, sir." When he noticed him, he said that Ruth smiled at him and then groaned. Now, Ruth cross-examined the Secret Service agent, and he said to him on the opening, "Good to see you. Is it good to be alive?" There was also a second witness. This was the man who spotted Ruth fleeing, allegedly, and took pictures of him and ID'd him for authorities. Ruth said to him in the end, "You're my hero. You're a good man. You're the man. You're an American hero." And then before closing his cross-examination, he asked this witness, "Are you a Trump supporter?"
We also got updates on Bob Menendez's wife, Nadine. She just got sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. And of course, you know, her husband got 11 years. She just got 4.5.
It is sentencing day for the wife of disgraced former Senator Bob Menendez. It is sentencing day for the wife of disgraced former Senator Bob Menendez. Nadine Menendez was convicted in April of being part of a bribery scheme with her husband and 2 New Jersey businessmen. Lisa Rosner is live outside federal court in Lower Manhattan. Lisa.
Well, Cindy, the judge said he considered all factors in this case: Nadine Menendez's childhood trauma, her breast cancer diagnosis, and her charitable work. But he said she was a, quote, central participant. So he sentenced her to 4.5 years in prison, which is much less than the minimum sentencing guideline of 17.5 years. Now, we saw Nadine Menendez walk into court earlier this morning. She was wearing sunglasses and a mask, and in court, through tears, she talked about how she has been in physically abusive relationships, and that when she met the ex-senator, she said, quote, "He was my God," end quote. But he threw her under the bus. Her team requested 1 year in prison, and the prosecution had asked for at least 7 years.
During both her trial and the trial of her husband, former Senator Bob Menendez, we learned the couple was gifted hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cash, gold bars, a luxury car, and gifts in exchange for political favors. Prosecutors say Nadine did the dirty work communicating with bribe payers, passing messages to then Senator Bob Menendez, and collecting most of the bribes. Mr. Menendez reported to prison back in June. He is serving an 11-year sentence. Now, Menendez left court just a few minutes ago, and people asked her if she will divorce the ex-senator, to which she replied, no. The judge told her she does have to pay $1,400 immediately, and she is scheduled to surrender to prison in July of 2026. Our Alice Gaynor was inside the courtroom for all of this, and she'll have more details at 5 and 6.
Still got more information on Charlie Kirk, you guys. Let's go. I still got some more information here on Kirk. Let's see what we got here.
This morning, new developments in the assassination of conservative political activist Charlie Kirk.
The FBI releasing new images and also video of a person of interest. NBC's Jay Gray is in Utah with more from the investigation.
New information, new images of a man now being called a suspect by law enforcement in the assassination of conservative activist and influencer Charlie Kirk.
So as you see, we had this information yesterday. I was talking about the handprints and everything going up the stairs. They did not have to use any of that information because why? They basically found out from a family member who turned this person in. Suspect. Tylen Robinson, his family turned him in. Thank you guys for all of the super chats, all of the love this morning. And I totally appreciate it because yes, I am under the weather. I am not feeling well, but I have no choice to keep on doing this because I promise you guys, and I try to keep my word, I will get better after I finish the show. We got to get on over to Chicago. Residents outreach after restaurant employee is attacked. You guys know about this story right here. This has been going on constantly in Chicago and seems like they're not going to have any income into it anytime soon.
Drop whatever you're doing right now. The Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal is here. That's 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a medium drink. So you better be on your way. Bacon waits for no one. The #1 deal for the #1 bacon cheeseburger, gotta be Wendy's.
The Chatham community is coming together months after teenagers stormed this Fat Burger location and beat up an employee. Let's take a look at the video. The owner says several teenagers came into her business, busted through the doors, and jumped one of her employees. We are blurring the video because no one has been charged. This attack happened last December, but the owner says she finally has the courage to speak out against it. To make matters worse, a month after this incident, the owner says a different group of teens jumped over the counter and went after a different employee. At one point in the video, you can see a man pulling out a gun and telling that group to leave. Today, the owner was joined by community activists and local politicians to say enough is enough. The owner has been pouring into her community for decades, and her supporters say they won't allow her hard work or her employees to be attacked and disrespected.
All of my employees, they ran. They were so fearful. It was just so heartbreaking watching on the surveillance camera, them running for their lives. I didn't want anybody to retaliate. I didn't want to bring any attention to the store. It was just something that I suffered with for the last 9 months.
Enough is enough. We're going to stand behind these businesses. I mean, there was a time back in the day where this type of stuff wouldn't happen because we protected our own interests within, right? We wouldn't tear up what we have in our communities.
CPD says no one is in custody at this time, and Area 2 detectives are investigating. Now, to support this business, they are asking everyone in Chicago to come out. This Friday at 10:30, the first 100 customers will get free burgers sponsored by community activist Early Walker. They want as much foot traffic to come here as possible on Friday to support this Black-owned business. Reporting in the Chatham neighborhood, Samantha Chapman, ABC 7, Eyewitness News.
Can't have nothing some places, y'all. And she's trying to take care of the kids by giving them the jobs. But next thing you know, they keep on going off. Super chats. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for holding me down. We've been doing this for over 300 and something episodes. I need one. This is the one I'm asking for. I don't know what I ate, but boy, oh boy, I will never eat that again. Fargo, suspect punches 3 Fargo police in the face. And this guy is pretty big. I can't believe it. Lucky they were able to subdue him, because homeboy was not playing. Check this out. That's him right there. No audio. I don't know what that is in that bottle, but he about to do something. Oh, he's smoking. Okay. Got caught by the police for possession of drugs and paraphernalia. He tries to leave.
For a larger than American male. Hey, Joseph. Joseph. What's going on? Hey. One of our officers saw you on the camera smoking meth in the.
I wasn't smoking no meth. I was just walking through.
Well, they called out your exact description, so you're just going to be detained right now, okay?
I didn't do nothing.
Can you go ahead and put your hands behind your back, please?
I didn't do nothing. Can
you just go ahead and put your...
No, can I call? Can I get some help? No. What did I do wrong? Where am I going to?
Put your hands on the back. Okay.
Where am I going to, Lex?
Put your hands behind your back.
What did I do wrong?
If you put your hands behind your back, we can tell you.
Come on, get the wall.
Where am I going to, man?
Looks like he winning.
Yeah, we're good.
You good?
Yeah.
So now we got 4 officers that can't deal with 1 meth head.
He's running close to Salvation Army lot right now. The American Trail, light blue jeans, dark blue tank top, and long hair. West side of Salvation Army. Make up to you know. Northbound behind Salvation Army West side. Put your hands in the air now! Stop! One at Taste Point, no side, Salvation Army. Ma'am, back up now! Get on the ground! Get your arms out in front of you. Right.
Different story when that taser came out, huh? They got him. And he getting locked up. He'll probably get out. Keep on moving forward now, because we got to get on over to this situation and where the Coast Guard officers, they're suing. I think he bought a car, and the next thing you know, he found out that the car was stolen, and he got locked up.
Officer with the U.S. Coast Guard says he was shocked and confused when he was handcuffed and put in the back of a squad car.
His lawyers say an error at a local car dealership is to blame after they mistakenly said that his car was stolen. Now they filed a lawsuit. NBC6 reporter Amanda Placencia has more from the Coast Guard Air Station in Miami with more. Amanda.
Yes, Jawan, and the man who filed this lawsuit with his attorneys is a chief maintenance officer here at the U.S. Coast Guard Air Station, Miami, and he says that this stolen car mix-up has turned his life upside down.
Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Body-worn camera footage shows U.S. Coast Guard Chief Warrant Officer Shane Sprague being handcuffed on July 1st. Can you guys tell me what's going on? You can see Sprague complying with deputies as he gets placed in the back of a cruiser, but he's visibly perplexed as he asks what's going on. It's something his lawyers say should never have happened.
They thought that they were after a criminal when who they caught was somebody who just bought a vehicle.
Sprague and his lawyers held a news conference on Tuesday as they are suing Doral Volkswagen and seeking over $50,000 in damages.
Several weeks after buying his dream car, he gets taken down in a felony traffic stop at gunpoint, handcuffed and arrested because a dealership, through gross negligence, failed to do the basic due character check to see if the car was stolen and instead reported the car stolen.
According to the incident report, back in June, Sprague left a down payment of $15,000 on a Great Thunderstorm GMC 1500 truck valued at $61,000. Sprague shared this photo that was taken by the salesperson at Doral VW. Back on July 1st, he was pulled over by deputies in Tamarack as a truck was reported stolen and tracked down with a LoJack system.
I was pulled out of my truck by a BSO and put in a jail cell for 4 hours. One of the scariest events of my life that I couldn't have ever prepared for.
Sprague, who has been with the Coast Guard for 27 years and is an active duty member, even protects the president as he does maintenance on Marine One. But due to this mix-up, he was questioned by detectives.
There's a reason why we're here. We just need to talk.
Yeah, obviously.
A couple questions.
Scared to death.
After authorities spoke to Doral VW, it was determined that an employee at the dealership entered the wrong VIN number and had an error in the paperwork. Meanwhile, Sprague says he's been left driving a rental car after the whole ordeal.
$50,000, or they probably gonna settle out. What y'all think? If I was them, I'd go ahead and settle out because I'm not trying to mess with no officer, Coast Guard, federal agent, whatever. He's got too much authority on his side, too much help. Let's get on over to Florida now, where a woman that was linked to a South Florida murder found in Mexico. She tried to get away, did not work. They went to Mexico and they got her, and she got locked up. Uh-oh. One more time. Wait a minute. There we go. Here she is.
Woman behind bars in a Broward County jail after being arrested in Mexico.
She was taken into custody in connection with the murder of a man in Hialeah last month. That also led to a missing child alert. She's one of two people police were looking for. Local 10's Gabrielle Arzola joins us live from Fort Lauderdale with the latest on this investigation. Gabrielle.
Hey there, good morning. So like you said, investigators have been looking for this couple for more than a month, and now one is behind bars.
Today, a break in the case. Investigators arresting 27-year-old Ariely Alvarez Cabrera in Mexico on Monday. Detectives say she and her boyfriend Alfredo Carballo Gonzalez have been on the run after Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office say they were wanted in connection to the murder of Dalen Fleitas Gonzalez last month. Local 10 spoke with Michael Barroetavena, who says his mother and the victim, Fleitas Gonzalez, dated for a year.
He would always be kind and generous. When I wanted to get my first car, he was like, I'll help you, I'll help you. He barely knew me. He was with my mom for like 4 months at the time.
The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office says the victim was last seen meeting with Gonzalez, and later his body was found in a recycling bin. On top of that, investigators say not only was the couple on the run, but they took their 5-month-old son with them. That baby now found safe.
Detectives are in that process of determining what was the motive and what were the chain of events that led to the victim and interacting with these fugitives.
Cabrera has been booked into the Broward County Jail and has been charged with accessory after the fact and tampering with evidence.
We got another one of these situations over at Walmart. A couple of months ago, we reported a situation in Walmart where a woman basically went at one of her fellow employee workers. Well, this time it got a little crazier. I want you guys to see what's going on with this.
Thursday night, we are getting our first look at the Walmart employee accused of opening fire inside the store and shooting another woman.
Yeah, this started with a fight that triggered chaos, and it happened at the store near Humble off the Beltway at Wilson Road. That's what we find Matt Doherty tonight. Matt?
The Walmart remains closed after it was shut down at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's when the shooting started. The customer I spoke with tonight says shoppers ran for their lives, and now he plans to sue. Andre Spencer was inside the Walmart shopping at about 2:15 this afternoon, the automotive section, when he heard the shots.
The next thing I knew, I heard a gunshot.
and they were saying, run to the back, go to everybody, go to the back.
He was convinced there was a mass shooter inside the store.
Soon we heard the shots, everybody like started running. So yes, that's the only thing that I thought of. I wasn't gonna come out of here.
He says he fell to the ground and was hurt during the chaos. Harris County Sheriff's Office deputies tell us the shooting happened at the front of the store and was a result of an ongoing dispute between an employee and 3 other women.
The other 3 females, I think, came to complain to management about her. Nothing to do with Walmart. They were just complaining about her. The employee saw them there.
And investigators say when the Walmart worker saw those 3 women that she knew a fight broke out. Deputies say at one point the Walmart worker pulled out a gun, shooting one of the 3 women at least once. The worker later walked to the front of the store and surrendered to deputies. We've blurred her face because we haven't learned the charges she may be facing. Deputies say the woman who was shot will be okay.
I have a real bad shoulder pain, and I feel a real bad pain in my lower back, like my tailbone, because I fell on my butt, and it is painful.
For Mr. Spencer, it's a day he'd like to forget. He's hired a lawyer and intends to sue Walmart because he says the store didn't keep its customers safe. In Humble, I'm Matt Doherty, KHOU 11 News.
Now we got another situation where this one guy, he thought that he was the man inside the barbershop. He come inside the barbershop going crazy, but I guess he didn't expect to get the answer that he got. Let me open up this screen right here. He didn't know that it was a police officer getting his hair cut, and he had his service weapon on him under that smock.
All day inside a Baltimore barbershop. People are talking, getting their hair cut. Just another ordinary afternoon. But in a split second, everything changes. A man walks in, holding gun. This isn't random. He's already hurt people elsewhere. Now he's looking for another target. And he's chosen this shop. Before anyone can react, he suddenly opens fire. The barber, a man just doing his job, is tragically shot and killed. Chaos breaks out. People are frozen, terrified. But sitting in the barber's chair is someone the gunman didn't expect. An off-duty police officer. He doesn't panic. He doesn't move too fast. He stays calm, quietly, slowly. He draws his weapon, waiting for the right moment. And then, boom, he fires back. One precise shot. The attacker is hit. The threat is over. The shop goes silent. The danger is gone. Because one man, in the right place at the right time, chose to act with courage. This officer's quick thinking saved lives that day. He stayed calm. He acted fast. He protected others. Heroes don't just wear badges. They don't always stand on a stage. Sometimes they're just sitting in a barbershop chair. It's a calm day inside.
Imagine that. He came in there thinking that it was going to be sweet, and nope, it was not. Let's get this Pam Bondi information out. What's this right here, Pam? What you got for us? Pam wants to let us know something, and let's let her do it. She's been asked about the double residency probes into Letitia James and Adam Schiff.
Give that back to the weaponization on. I cannot comment on any pending investigation. Some people have, but it's not proper to comment whether there is or is not a pending investigation on any of that. Back to the weaponization, you may be asking about a memo. I issued a memo yesterday to parents because we've started school again. And parents have the right, unlike the last administration, parents have the right to go in a school board and feel free to talk to the school board, to speak at school board meetings about the education their children are getting, whether their children in elementary school are being forced to read books about transgender. They have the right to do that. We're going to look out for parents and their rights in the Trump administration. Next question. I'm not going to comment on anything regarding whether there is or is not a pending investigation. Thank you. Next question. Okay. Sure. Yes, on that. And I meant to let Secretary Kennedy jump into on your question about the increase. So yes, on that, and let me let him jump in on that as well.
All right, y'all. So yeah, You guys see it. She doesn't want to talk about what's going on with the Letitia James or Adam Schiff at all. Because what? It's not something that's on the radar right now. We got to keep on moving forward right now because we got this brave man that saves a dog from a current. And you know we love to be seeing the dogs get saved all the time. So let's get into it, you guys. Dog being saved from a current. And that means water basically trying to sweep him out. And this man risked his own life to save this animal.
He understands me. He'll help me out.
We love it. See, I feel better because of that. Look at that. Watching the dog get saved, Bugatti feels better. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. We got to keep on moving forward now. California woman faces off with what? Southern California hiking trail. Let's keep on. A bear. That's right. This lady was walking on a California hiking trail, and she comes up onto a bear. And I got to be honest with you. She was very brave, and she used her only senses of roaring and got the bear to get away from her. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. So she's on a trail, and she's walking, and she noticed two bears. Is this what you're supposed to do when you get encountered by a bear?
All right. Got this. There's nowhere to go. They won't leave. This was somewhere.
I'm sorry, Boo, but you're not scary at all. Your little roar ain't enough. Them bears is like, Boo, trust me. We wanted to come over there and get you. We would have did it a long time ago. Trust me. She's roar. Let's go on over to Jim. I don't know about y'all, but I love animals. But this Kodiak bear is a little too big to be playing around with. Jim is a big man, so I understand why he can handle I'm only 5'7". But this bear right here got to be at least about 8 feet tall, weigh about 2,000 pounds, and he playing around with Jim like it's nothing. Check this out. No audio. Just Jim and the brown bear, the Kodiak. Now he tries to walk away from Kodiak, but he bites him and he tells him, "Nuh-uh, not yet, buddy. Time to keep on playing. Keep on rubbing me."
Bye, Jim. We like you a lot. Going to the
You guys notice the size of that bear?
Well, I can believe everything that you read on the internet.
Notice his neck. See how big his head is? Look at his back. See how big these bears are? Are you crazy? But Jim, like I said, Jim is a big guy too. Now y'all tell me, how many, by show of hands in the comments, show me how many of you guys would be playing with that bear. How many of you guys would do the same thing that Jim is doing? Let me know. Also, now we got this girl who makes a dolphin laugh at SeaWorld. She's pretty cool. Y'all would do that? Oh, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy because I'm not doing it. Don't care what nobody say. I ain't doing it. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now watch the dolphin stop and watch her.
Oh my, shut up. Oh, he's loving it. Oh. He's so done. Another one. He's like, shut up, you're crazy. Do cartwheel, do cartwheel, do cartwheel. She goes, all right, you've got my attention as well. Interesting. He's freaking out. Watch out. Seriously. Okay, so we have the dolphin whisperer. Oh my gosh, best friends forever.
She got to swim with the dolphins in a whole different way. And the dolphin actually thought that it was pretty cool. Ain't that cute, y'all? It ain't that cute. That's crazy right there. We got to keep on moving now because we got another situation where, this is how I would be. I cannot tell a lie. These people are terrified to cross this glass bridge. I would be too. I'm scared of heights. Only heights I hang out in is Washington Heights. Let's go. This right here, y'all, woo! I would be acting just like these people right here. This is a, what do they call this? People are terrified to cross the glass bridge because there's a crack effect that makes people think that the glass is actually cracking.
Come on, take her higher.
The dog is even scared. Well, she don't know no better, but me, oh boy, I would have been scared just like the first guy. Because guess what? Like I said, I don't mess around with no heights. Only heights I mess around with is Washington Heights. And if y'all trying to make some money, hit that link in the description and you'll be able to make up to $350. I made it. I know it was a different kind of show this morning, you guys, but I need it. I'm going to go lay down after I get in the shower, get rid of all this stuff out of me. I'm so surprised that I was able to make it this far. I want to thank you guys. And yes, tomorrow is what? Purple Sunday. And you know what I want you guys to do? If you have a business, might be a promoter, lawn doctor, whatever, do your boy a favor, send your promo over to us in a 1080 by 1080, and we'll make sure we get it up in the post notification area. Also, we got that Show Your Talent search coming up next week. That's the talent search for you. That's right, you. Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens can make $250. Pop up on us in Bed-Stuy. What we got to do, I'm going to be the host. Also sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. Want to be a part of the talent show? Go on over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com, and you got a chance to make $250 at the event. Once we get all of the locations together, one person is going to be able to make $1,000. And with that being said, you guys, I appreciate you so much. I'm about to take it down. Thank you for holding Bugatti down because y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. I needed it. Ate something bad last night, and I've been giving it back all night. And I appreciate you guys so much. Want you guys to have a fantastic day. Want you to keep on moving. And just like I always tell you all the time, problems present opportunities. I had a major problem, but I still stuck it through and did what I had to do. Now the opportunity is getting rid of it so I can be good for Purple Sunday, which is tomorrow. With that being said, you guys, y'all have a fantastic Sunday. Feel good, drink water, and you know how I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me today, I appreciate you. So till tomorrow, Purple Sunday, I will be feeling better. Get 'em! Peace.